What's up, Guardians, and welcome back, Warlocks. I'm Profane, and today we're back at it with another incredible prismatic build featuring an extraordinary combination of exotic perks found on the Solar Prism exotic class item. The synergy that's created between this prismatic build and our current artifact is beyond impressive. We're able to create a ton of ability energy with the Spirit of Inmost, and with the Spirit of Verity, we're able to boost our grenade damage while supercharging its regeneration. And because we've got a ton of artifact mods amplifying the performance of Strand energies, we're going all in on Strand abilities with this build. If you don't have this remarkable combination of exotic perks, you could run the Verity's Brow exotic helmet to receive close to the same benefits, but the Spirit of Inmost is really what propels this build's overall performance. As we defeat enemies with weapons that match our grenade energy, we will build up stacks of death throws. As you build up death throws, you'll see a corresponding meter to the left of your screen. This works a lot like the Worm God Caress, so those stacks will decay as time goes by. You can have a maximum of 5 death throw stacks, and with each stack, you'll gain a bonus in grenade damage and an increase in grenade regeneration. This starts with a 40% increase in damage, but it'll max out with a 100% increase. And since we are using Threadling grenades, that's going to give our little green rats some serious juice. But that bonus damage is distributed between all 3, and this is only going to increase the damage of the Threadlings that are created from our grenade charge. Each stack of death throws increases how much grenade energy that we get back, providing us with 0.5% extra energy every second with the first stack, but as much as 2.5% extra energy every second when at 5 stacks. Where things get really crazy is when we start factoring in the benefits of Spirit of Inmost. As we use one ability, we will amplify the regeneration of the other 2. This will start as a 400% increase given to our grenade and melee energies, and a 25% bonus given to class abilities. But after we've used a second ability, that's going to get doubled, going up to 800% bonus energy given to grenade and melee, and a 50% bonus given to class abilities. Not only will this work out great for the uptime of our powered melee and our Threadling grenades, but the bonus class ability energy can be a lifesaver as it increases the uptime of our Phoenix Dive or Rift energy. As we mentioned before, we're going all in on Strand effects with this build. So on top of Threadling grenades, we have Arcane needles, which will unravel enemies. And since we have improved uptime and up to 3 charges, we're going to be able to keep our enemies unraveled, which provides us with a great source of damage over time. Weaver's Call will create a group of Threadlings whenever we cast our Rift or our Phoenix Dive. With both of our exotic spirits contributing towards bonus ability energy, we're going to be able to fill the battlefield with an army of little green minions. When it comes to the rest of our prismatic setup, we've got Feed the Void, which will give us Devour. When Devour is active, final blows are going to regenerate health, and each final blow will grant bonus grenade energy, stacking on top of what Inmost and Verity will be providing us. This will grant between 15 and 40% bonus energy, but it's based on the difficulty level of each enemy. When it comes to fragments, we've got Facet of Dawn, so whenever we strike an enemy with Arcane needles, not only will that enemy become unraveled, but we're going to gain Radiance, giving all of our weapons a 20% increase in damage, helping us take down those enemies much faster, which will help us build up stacks of death throws more easily. And we could go a step further on improving weapon damage by using weapon surge mods on our boots. You might feel more apt to equip a grenade kickstart mod with this build, but since we have to build up stacks of death throws anyways, it's not going to be as beneficial, and odds are we're going to have our grenade energy back before we even get to maximum death throws. We have Facet of Purpose active, and because we are using the Needle Storm super, this will grant us Woven Mail whenever we collect an orb. Woven Mail provides us with a 45% bonus in damage resistance, and because we are utilizing the Limit Break artifact mod, whenever we have Woven Mail active, our super will deal 30% additional damage. We can increase the overall effectiveness of that Woven Mail by using the To Shreds artifact mod, which creates a ball of energy when we defeat severed enemies, and by stepping through that energy, we'll grant ourselves with Woven Mail. To improve our grenade uptime even further, we are using Facet of Balance. We're not going to get a lot of light-based final blows with this, but we'll get plenty with darkness, which means we'll have a steady amount of grenade energy coming back to us, providing us with 10% as we rapidly defeat enemies. We've got Facet of Awakening, which will create elemental pickups, and that pairs up really well with the Vile Weave artifact mod. This reduces the cooldown of tangles, but it's also going to cause enemies to become severed whenever they get hit by a tangle. Severed enemies deal 40% less damage, which can really help us out in in-game level content. An additional benefit to the To Shreds artifact mod is that dealing sustained damage to severed enemies causes them to become unraveled. And as we stated before, unraveled enemies take continuous strain damage over an 8-second time frame. And with the upgraded version of this mod, unraveling projectiles will deal bonus damage. The Horde Shuttle artifact mod is another great option with this build, as it'll create threadlings as we apply continuous damage to unraveled enemies, which helps us create a nice loop of synergy where we're able to unravel and sever damn near everything that we come into contact with, which is helping us increase our damage output and our damage resistance. But let's get back to our fragments. The final fragment that we have selected is Facet of Protection. We might have Woven Mail available, but the more damage resistance the better. This provides 15% extra resistance whenever we are surrounded, and when we are able to cast our Transcendence, that bonus will increase to 32%. With a predominant focus towards Strand weapons and abilities, it would normally take us quite a while to charge up Transcendence, and by utilizing an area denial grenade launcher like the Velocity Baton or the Psycho Pump, we'll have a much easier time recharging Transcendence. And since both of these weapons have perks like Demolitionist, Pugilist, and Attrition Orbs, we're going to be able to improve our overall utility with this build quite a bit. Weapons with Permeability and Osmosis would also be great for this build, as it would allow us to convert those weapons' energies over to Strand, giving us the option of 2 different energies. For the best performance out of the Spirit of Verity, we need to use a lot of Strand weapons. The Quicksilver Storm, the Wishkeeper, the Final Warning, and Borrow Dyad are some incredible exotic options, but we also have great legendary choices out of the Call, the Adamantite, and Rufus's Fury, on top of many others. Some standout perk options that you'll want to look for out of these Strand weapons will be Slice, Tear, and Hatchlings, so that we can create better flow with our abilities and our artifact mods. This Prismatic Warlock build meshes up so well with the current focus on Strand energies. With most activity modifiers providing bonuses to Strand energies, this build is going to be much more effective than it has been in the past. With the ability to sever and unravel just about anything that you come into contact with, added in with our ability of creating a ton of threadlings, this build will be perfect to take on big groups of enemies, single high value targets, and just about anything you come across. So if you haven't tried out the Spirit of Verity with the Spirit of Inmost, then you definitely need to give this a try. And if you need help setting up today's build, be sure to check out the Mobalytics and dim links that are down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the Verity's Brow, the Spirit of Verity, and the Spirit of Inmost, so let us know your thoughts about those down in the comments below. Thank you as always for checking out the video. If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then be sure to hit that like button below, along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated, and both really do help support the channel. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy hunting.